In this video, we're going to show you how to pour a concrete slab for some commercial building use. Here we are pouring a 27 by 32 new concrete slab with broom finish. The concrete's going to be 6 inches thick with rebar at every 48 inches on center. This is so we can have some extra reinforcement. We already removed all the asphalt and prepped the area. And we're starting to pour the concrete right here. So the nice thing, we were able to get our concrete truck all the way up into where we needed them to pour it. And right here, we're starting to move the concrete around with those come-along rakes. Those come really handy. They're really nice because you can pull the concrete and push it, move it around wherever you need it. And we're starting to work the edges there, right where it meets with the asphalt, with our hand float. And so we started at this end over here, and we're just working it, as we go along. And then we have the screed right there. It's about an 8-foot long screed that we use. That way we can pull the concrete. You can see right there, they're kind of dragging it along the surface. They're getting it from the one end over there by the building. And then on the left side, you can see the little stake right there. That's kind of like our reference point where we have the level established. And then now that we did the other side, we come along here on this lower side, and we do the same thing. We get the screed and we just start kind of pulling it from one end down to the other. And we have a couple workers right there with the come along rakes. They're pulling any excess concrete. And then immediately after that, we start running our bull float. That's the tool you see right there that one of our workers is running through the surface. So we use that bull float, to kind of smoothen out the surface. And that will also let us know if we have any low spots. When we start running it through there, we'll be able to tell we have some low areas. Like right here, you'll see my worker. And then one thing too, we got our edger tool. So that's one thing that we do right away as well, is we just start working on all the edges with our edger. That way we have a nice clean edge all along that area where it meets with the asphalt. And right here, we have a shovel. We're just getting any concrete where we see any low spots. We kind of fill it in, and then we're just working it there with our hand float, just kind of moving it around and filling in those areas, making sure it's nice and level. And then right here, we're running our bull float again over the surface one more time, just getting that nice smooth finish all through the surface right there. Something that we do in the preliminary phases. Then after that, we run a smoother, like a Fresno tool, all along the top that we will use after this. So this is kind of how it looks right here. After we've gone through it with our bull float a few times, you can tell like the cream at the top, it's nice and moist, and you have all that cream there, so that'll be nice, so we can work through that with our Fresno tool. So right here, we pretty much got done with the first pour. That's as far as we got, about 3/4 of the way, so we're able to work all this area. At the same time right here, we're starting to put our joints. We're about 8 feet apart from the edge. We're gonna, every 8 feet, we're gonna put in a tool joint. And right here, we're gonna be running a string line from one end all the way to the other. So we snap that string, running across, and then that will give us our guide. So that way we, right now we're putting in that for the tool joint, so that way we can create a nice straight tool joint. So we're following that line all the way across. And at this point, as you can tell, we have the second truck arrive right there. So we're going to be able to pour and finish the last portion of the concrete. That's how the concrete's looking after we ran the bull float on top of the surface. You get a nice, like a cream, all the cream of the concrete is on the surface. It still looks a little moist and wet in certain spots, but that's kind of how you want to have it there. And then at this point, we just kind of let it sit there about, I would say maybe a good 30, 45 minutes, up to an hour. Let it dry a little bit more. And then from there, we're going to start working the float and the Fresno on the surface, just making sure everything is nice and smooth. We'll run the tool joints again to get them nice and crisp and straight and defined. And then after all that gets done, then we can run the broom finish all the way across. So that's kind of the steps, that's the process of how we pour a commercial concrete pad. We hope you like this video. Please subscribe to our channel for more content. May God bless you, and we'll see you next time.